Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Thursday, August 5th, at 3:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 663 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. A woman passed out after drinking. A man dumped her in the cold to die, court docs say. It feels like we've lost a family member. California tourist town running out of water amid drought. Shocked the look of Meghan Markle's clean and cozy workspace. GOP Rep Mo Brooks is seeking immunity from lawsuit over January 6 Capitol attack. Carnival Cruise Line will issue new mask and COVID-19 testing mandates for passengers. U.S. aircraft saw suspected Iranian gunman take something from a hijacked tanker during 7-hour incident, official. Chicago police officers raiding the wrong house pointed guns at 2 young girls, then tried to cover it up, lawsuit alleges. 428 students and staff in quarantine after first week of school in Arkansas district. Judge rules ex-Castro prisoner Ana Rodriguez can be evicted from her Miami home. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. James Gunn responds to Suicide Squad review bombing, IGN. The Fix, Entertainment, IGN. Southern Health will require staff to be fully vaccinated against COVID-19, KCRA Sacramento. Mississippi has only 6 open intensive care unit beds, Arkansas only 25 as Delta variant fuels COVID surge, NBC News. Psaki grilled on Cuomo, Biden sexual harassment allegations, says claims against president already litigated, Fox News. iOS May 15th give the iPhone's camera an upgrade, fewer green flares, The Verge. COVID vaccine booster moratorium proposed by WHO, Goats and Soda, NPR. Kramer urges investors to take profits in Robinhood as it becomes a meme stock, CNBC. Photos, athletes break down under extreme heat at the Olympics, Gizmodo. Biden administration planning to require foreign visitors be fully vaccinated, NBC News. Stock market news live updates, stock futures drift higher ahead of jobless claims, earnings, Yahoo Finance. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Pentagon to make COVID vaccine mandatory for 1.3 million active duty troops, reports. Miley Cyrus reaches out to DaBaby amid backlash, knowledge is power. Seth Rogen responds to very funny TikTok asking if he's been kidnapped. Truck crashes have already gone up, and teen truck drivers could soon be on the road. The Education Secretary wants schools to host vaccine clinics. Democrats fret about effort to recall California Governor Gavin Newsom. Infamous Central Park Karen continues to play the victim. House GOP campaign chief refuses to rule out backing candidates who attended January 6 riot. Olivia Rodrigo says she's flattered by Courtney Love's rip-off claim. Tainted Gov, enough votes to impeach Cuomo, criminal probes popping up. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Homeowners looking for Army veteran. Protest expected outside Cuomo's office. Bodicum released in fatal shooting. Fiery crash leads to rescue mission for family dog. Community surprises pair of Iowa 9-year-olds. Crop duster crashes into front yard, pilot injured. Couple growing elderberry-based wine company. Ohio grandma completes quest to create world's largest Oreo. Family remembers 8-year-old girl killed in crash. Mayor, council urge vaccines at meeting. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Patricia Kenneally Morrison, rock journalist, dies at 75. Alex Azar, Americans need to get a COVID-19 vaccine. $5,800 whiskey bottle, a gift from Japan to Pompeo, is missing, U.S. says. Passenger arrives taped to a seat and is charged with assaulting flight attendants. What $500,000 buys you in New Hampshire, New Jersey and North Dakota? The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Rapper T.I. chalks up Amsterdam arrest to language barrier issue, calls it a slight miscommunication. Lakers LeBron James has message for haters, do me one favor please. U.S. women advance to beach volleyball final. Bryson DeChambeau has no regrets about not getting COVID-19 vaccine, I don't need it. Appellate judges uphold Maryland beach town's topless ban. Girl injured in suspected shark attack in Maryland. Reporter's notebook, Beirut demands accountability 1 year after deadly blast. Texas Governor Abbott won't impose shutdowns, mask mandates amid Delta variant fears. Andrew Cuomo's ex-girlfriend, Sandra Lee, moves on amid his ongoing sexual harassment scandal, report. Jenna Dewan clarifies comments on Channing Tatum's parenting, says she would never slam him. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Thursday, August 5th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Shower standards, how often should you shower in order to keep yourself clean? WGC FedEx St. Jude Invitational Preview, TPC Southwind pretty demanding, says CBS Sports' Nick Faldo. Fourth stimulus check, is another relief payment coming soon? TPC Southwind profile, a stiff challenge at WGC FedEx St. Jude Invitational. Fantasy Football 2021 RB Rankings, a healthy Christian McCaffrey looks to reclaim the top spot. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Tokyo Olympics, Dina Asher-Smith does compete in 4x100 relay despite hamstring injury. The Crown Series 5 first look, Elizabeth Debicki transforms into Princess Diana. Man, 39, is charged with murdering Logan Wongi, 5. More very young children arrive on migrant boats while group of 40 young men come ashore. Protesters clash with police during march to mark a year since Beirut port blast. Families now spending nearly 6 hours a day watching TV or streaming, New Ofcom report finds. Marble Arch Mound is made free for visitors as council chiefs drop 8 entrance charge. Paul Thomas on Meghan's 40th birthday. Strictly Come Dancing 2021 announces first 3 contestants. Tokyo Olympics, Team GB's Hector Parda retires from men's 10 km marathon swim. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Lebanon mourns victims of Beirut blast with sorrow and anger. U.S. conservatives yearn for Orban's Hungary. U.S. returns thousands of looted ancient artifacts to Iraq. Europe to give COVID booster shots as half the world is still starving for vaccines. Barbie maker Mattel launches new line of coronavirus fighting dolls featuring British vaccine developer Sarah Gilbert. Head of UN Health Agency seeks vaccine booster moratorium. Macau orders closure of entertainment venues, mass testing. Winning a medal doesn't make him Jewish, Israel's gymnastics champion tumbles into marriage controversy. 12 swabs and a blood test, flying around the world in the time of Delta. Chemical watchdog demands more information from Syria. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Tokyo 2020 Olympics, 110 hurdles, golf, diving, cycling and more, live. At least 10 killed after packed van crashes in South Texas. Paul Johnson, Get Down House producer, dies at age 50 from COVID-19. U.S. disputes WHO call to delay COVID booster shots to help poorer nations. Myanmar's UN envoy accuses military junta of township massacre. Turkish town evacuated as wildfire reaches power station. Genetic secret to age women start menopause discovered. Uber more than doubles revenues to nearly $4 billion after a dismal pandemic year. Baltimore orchestra fires principal flutist who spread conspiracy theories. Mexico sues U.S. gunmakers in unprecedented bid to stop weapons crossing border. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Watch, stunning sunset in New Hampshire. Hotels become hospitals as Cuba battles soaring COVID cases. Nursing home to workers, get vaccine or lose your job. Flu shot linked to less severe COVID-19, study. State lawmaker accused of kicking boy, stress caused mania. Watch, all aboard the Mama Opossum train. Pentagon identifies police officer killed in attack. Obama scales back 60th birthday bash amid COVID questions. Why COVID-19 cases in UK have dropped even after lifting restrictions. Spirit cancels more than half of its flights on third consecutive day. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. U.S. plans to require a COVID vaccine for foreign travelers. How a fake network pushes pro-China propaganda. Article 370, Why more locals in Kashmir are becoming militants. Jack Antonoff has redefined pop music, here's how. Kenya outrage over debt collectors' shaming tactics. Why whales in Alaska have been so happy. Bangladesh lightning strike kills 17 wedding party guests. Elaine Thompson-Hara, Instagram blocks gold medalist who shared race win. Quinn, Canada's transgender footballer on being visible and playing at the Olympics. COVID, WHO calls for booster pod to vaccinate poorer nations. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. WHO calls for moratorium on vaccine booster shots, Los Angeles considering proof of vaccine requirements, COVID-19 updates. At least 11 dead after overloaded van crashes in South Texas, authorities say. Remastered Apollo 15 photos reveal new details, just in time for mission's 50th anniversary. Spirit Airlines scrubs 60% of its Wednesday flights, says cancellations will drop in the days to come. Fatal attack on Pentagon officer was sudden and unprovoked, FBI says. Army unveils memorial for black soldier lynched at Georgia military base 80 years ago. Hard days ahead, red flag warnings prompt more wildfire fears, Dixie Fire jumps perimeter lines. Controversial abortion ordinance causes split between Michigan Council. What we know about Gov. Cuomo's political future after results of sexual misconduct probe. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Danger as high as Dixie Fire surges overnight, fierce winds threaten to make things worse. 3 dead, 2 seriously injured in street racing crash in Burbank, police say. LA will consider requiring vaccine proof at restaurants, gyms, indoor sporting events. OC Board of Education to sue Governor Newsom over K-12 school mask mandate. Newsom can call recall proponents Republicans and Trump supporters, judge rules. Running out of options, California resorts to water cutoffs as drought worsens. Animal activist whose grisly videos spur Times probe treated pets without a license. Forest Service changes let it burn policy following criticism from Western politicians. At my wife's Santa Ana market, the masks have never come off. LA City College swap meet, on the brink of closure, will stay open. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Thursday, August 5th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Mexico sues U.S. gun manufacturers over arms trafficking toll. How a fake network pushes pro-China propaganda. A 9-year-old's death prompts protests over rape in India. British government named and shamed 191 companies for paying less than minimum wage. Myanmar's ambassador to the United Nations, who has refused to leave his post despite being fired after the February coup, has alerted the world body of a reported massacre. In a letter to UN Secretary-General, the ambassador says 40 bodies had been found in northwestern Myanmar. Thailand bans coral-damaging sunscreens in marine parks. Mexico sued several gun makers in a U.S. federal court on Wednesday, accusing them of reckless business practices that supplied what it called a torrent of illegal arms to violent Mexican drug cartels, leading to thousands of deaths. Rockets fired from Lebanon toward Israel, IDF responds with artillery. Thailand bans coral-damaging sunscreens in national parks. Japanese film company sends solidarity aid to Cuba. Australian mathematician discovers applied geometry engraved on 3,700-year-old tablet. Dissident Belarusian sprinter lands in Austria en route to Poland. Ukrainian president orders extra protection for Belarus exiles after dissident's death. Mexico sues several weapons manufacturers in U.S. court. The next headlines are from Forbes. Van carrying more than 24 crashes north of U.S.-Mexico border, killing 10. GOT7's JB, Kim Woojin and Wonder Girl Sunmi, the most anticipated K-pop solo releases coming in August. ESR2 by Aira for $5.2 billion, creating world's third largest listed real estate asset manager. Global COVID cases hit 200 million, here are more numbers that show the pandemic's toll. Los Angeles considers requiring vaccines to enter retail stores, gyms and restaurants. White House working on plan to allow more foreign tourists back to the U.S., if they're vaccinated. BTS's Butter ties one of Monsta X's most impressive chart feats in America. We found a way to extract DC directly from AC, Amber signs deal with Infineon to make electricity smart. Skateboarding is in the Olympics, now PhD Neftali Williams is bringing it to the Ivy League. Jungle Cruise producers discuss the ingredients of a hit and how to secure a future for movie theaters. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Microbes exploit death-induced nutrient release by gut epithelial cells. The role of retrotransposable elements in aging and age-associated diseases. Connect homes across development reveal principles of brain maturation. Quantized nonlinear Dowless pumping. The structural basis of odorant recognition in insect olfactory receptors. Genomic analysis identifies variants that can predict the timing of menopause. A bridge across the democracy expertise divide. Deficient H2AZ deposition is associated with genesis of uterine leiomyoma. Satellite imaging reveals increased proportion of population exposed to floods. Structural insights into how PRP5 proofreads the Premorna branch site. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,722,817,804 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time, and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Viacom-CBS delays return to offices until October. Bob Bakish details vaccination requirements exclusive. Jane stops production in New Mexico after 2 COVID cases. Rolling Stones drummer Charlie Watts is unlikely to join group's 2021 U.S. tour. Impeachment, American Crime Story teaser, Beanie Feldstein's Monica Lewinsky delivers a gift to President Clinton. James Gunn clarifies statement on Martin Scorsese and Marvel and 2-year-old story that just won't die. Mike Richards is an underwhelming Jeopardy! Choice, but the search for the next host was great TV. Kendrick Sampson signs with M88 exclusive. Ryan Reynolds talks about his love of Mariah Carey and using her song Fantasy in Free Guy. Mike Richards in advanced negotiations to become permanent host of Jeopardy! Exclusive. Cobra Kai stars Alo Meridia on being cast as Blue Beetle for HBO Max. Representation is so important. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. LA lawmakers consider requiring people to be vaccinated in indoor public spaces. Arkansas governor wants to reverse a law that forbids schools to require masks. WHO is calling for a moratorium on COVID vaccine boosters. The Sturgis Motorcycle Rally is coming back despite the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. Facebook boots NYU disinformation researchers off its platform and critics cry foul. Instagram accidentally blocked Elaine Thompson-Herah for posting her own sprint wins. Unapologetically moderate, Democrat Kyrsten Sinema says she's focused on results. Immigrant activists say ICE is purposely targeting them. They're urging Biden to help. Olympic runners are fast. On Tokyo's fast track, they're shattering world records. If Governor Cuomo leaves office, Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul would be next, and make history. The following headlines are from The Week. Over Governor Ron DeSantis' objections, Florida school districts are imposing mask mandates. Mike Richards is reportedly the front-runner to become permanent host of Jeopardy! Andrew Cuomo's closest ally in politics just called on him to resign. U.S. will likely require vaccinations for international visitors. GOP senator claims Obama's birthday party single biggest thing undermining COVID-19 messaging. New Jersey governor dares to end a group of vaccine protesters. You are the ultimate knuckleheads. Britney Spears got trapped in her bathroom. Marjorie Taylor Greene will reportedly go to the Iowa State Fair, raising eyebrows. Biden's lawless eviction moratorium will come back to haunt Democrats. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Reformer Sissy Farenthold is still watching. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Astronomers find a huge planet orbiting its star at 6,000 times the Earth's sun distance. Scientists figure out how the asteroid belt attacked the dinosaurs. These are the news headlines for today, Thursday, August 5th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. What's a blue moon, and when's the next one? Why 61 Cine is nicknamed Flying Star. Moon and Gemini stars at dawn August 5th and 6th. The Nauka module mishap that sent International Space Station tumbling. The next news is from Politico. WHO calls for moratorium on booster vaccines. Smoke suffocates Athens as EU scientists label Mediterranean a wildfire hotspot. Opinion: why are Democrats celebrating Biden's evictions power grab? House GOP's new midterm headache, candidates tied to the Capitol riot. Talk of a Cuomo impeachment is about when, not if. Biden dispatches Yellen to pitch big spending in battleground Georgia. Andrew Cuomo's doubling down, his former aides are scratching their heads. Judge sanctions lawyers for bringing 2020 election conspiracy lawsuit. Senator Roger Marshall calls on Department of Justice to investigate ESPN's role in Big 12 realignment. Head of New York Democrat calls on Cuomo to resign. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Tokyo Olympics live updates, beach volleyballers play for a spot in gold medal game. Australian News Live, NSW record 262 new local COVID-19 cases and 5 deaths. Queensland, Victoria cases continue to grow. The families escaping for life in the snow. No room for Bowden Barrett in All Blacks starting team to face Wallabies. Gallery, the best photos from around the world. Queensland records 16 new COVID cases linked to Indooroopilly cluster. I draw the line at racism, Bulldogs winger calls out Instagram abuse. As Twitter retires fleets, the social media site is stuck with itself. Why the Tokyo Games do nothing to address Russian doping. What if humans just cannot get along anymore? The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The moneyest, my husband and I are divorcing. I brought $35,000 into the marriage. He wants me to subtract that money from our home's equity. I say split the equity first. The moneyest, who knows if I'll live until retirement? I have $10,000 in credit card debt and $4,500 in student loans. Should I tap my $24,000 $401K? Deep dive, these 20 tech stocks boosted sales by up to 152% while also expanding profit margins. Earnings results, booking stock gains after CEO says European travel rebounded, return to pre-pandemic performance is approaching. Earnings results, IAC feels a sting from Engie rebrand in first earnings report after Vimeo spin-off. Earnings results, Roku tops earnings expectations but account growth comes up short. Earnings results, Uber revenue doubles, but adjusted loss weighs on stock. Earnings results, Etsy stock falls 14% after company's buyer base doesn't grow as expected. Earnings results, Fastly stock plummets after earnings again, June outage said to have lasting effects. Earnings results, Ping Identity stock surges 15% after results top street estimates. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Australian Federal Court rules that AI can be a patent inventor, BioWorld Online. Don't go down the rabbit hole with the foes of BitOl, IPWatchdog.com. Dallas invents, 149 patents granted for week of July 20. Dallas innovates, DallasInnovates.com. What's next? Trial tweets before testimony, plus 2 rulings spark AI patent optimism plus Activision Blizzard lawsuits are a major moment for gaming, Law.com. IP Office extends deadlines as Vietnam battles fourth wave of COVID-19, intellectual property, Vietnam, Mondac News alerts. China sees stable intellectual property growth in H1, intellectual property, China, Mondac News alerts. MIT researchers use AI to predict the next big things in tech, the next web. Abbott sues to invalidate Dexcom's diabetes tech patents, Law 360. Enidium, Incorporated, announces 2 new appointments to board of directors, Cadillac News. Form 10Q Morphic Holding, Incorporated, 4, June 30, StreetInsider.com. The next headlines are from Quartz. There can be only one. How much do corporate COVID-19 vaccine mandates really matter? Why the WHO doesn't want you to get a booster shot. Butts. Louis Vuitton is the latest luxury brand to make its own video game. America's biggest home renter is among this year's best-performing U.S. stocks. Today's mental health practices have seen the future. Latinx renters face the highest risk of eviction in the U.S. Why should the U.S. follow Europe's lead on vaccine passes? Because they work. What if McKinsey's diversity research is wrong? The following headlines are from TechDirt. FCC blocks Elon Musk from getting millions in subsidies for delivering broadband to traffic medians. TechDirt Podcast Episode 292, The Problem of Job Owning. UFC COO publicly pushing notice and stay down reforms to DMCA, despite that being horrible for almost everyone. Man sues multiple social media services, claims banning his accounts violates the Civil Rights Act. Daily Deal, Mesh Force and 3 Mesh Wi-Fi system. Yes, actually, the First Amendment does mean that Twitter can kick you off its platform, Wall Street Journal. Despite 20 years of experience, Comcast NBC still sucks at Olympics coverage. Biden warns that the next kinetic war will be the result of a cyber attack, which is stupid. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Emma Coburn. Chelsea vs. Tottenham. Jackson Hayes. Cole Hamels. Meghan Markle. Barack Obama. Rihanna. COVID vaccine. Eviction moratorium. Kemba Walker. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Illinois governor imposes mask mandate on all schools and daycares, orders many state employees to get vaccinated against COVID-19. U.S. to require foreign visitors to be fully vaccinated against COVID-19 under proposed White House plan. States that demand vaccine passports should also mandate voter ID, Republican senator proposes. Israeli warplanes pound southern Lebanon, as IDF vows to continue and intensify retaliation to rocket fire, video. Democrat Boston mayor invokes slavery to oppose vaccine passports. Florida Governor DeSantis vows to stand in the way of Biden lockdowns and mask mandates. Turkish power plant evacuated as wildfire inferno bears down on facility, videos. New York Governor Cuomo faces potential criminal charges as local prosecutors make inquiries on sexual harassment claims. AOC roasted for putting mask on during photo op, removing it immediately after, video. Mexico sues U.S.-based gun maker seeking $10 billion in damages over illegal arms trafficking. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Baylor prof demands prosecution of criticism of Fauci and other scientists as hate crime. Inventory at U.S. car dealers falls to new all-time low. They cannot arrest us all, Senator Rand Paul urges Americans to resist Pelosi and the petty tyrants. Investors parse president-size speeches for clues about China's next target. Liar, Twitter brawl erupts between Taliban Snowden over cyberbullying accusations. Tenant stampede results in largest ever surge in rents. China's social credit system has arrived in America. For $1 day, double-blind ivermectin study reveals COVID patients recover more quickly, are less infectious. Watch, judge orders bailiff to remove maskless top Dallas official from meeting. Boston mayor indicates opposition to vaccine passports, comparing them to slave papers. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Colombia's ex-armed group leaders apologize for war atrocities. Brazil top justice orders Bolsonaro investigated for fraud claims. Uber losses widen as incentive to lure drivers hit revenues. NY Governor Cuomo faces impeachment, rising pressure to resign. USAID chief power says Tigray rebels should exit border regions. Power plant in Turkey evacuated as wildfire closes in. Mexico sues U.S. gunmakers for role in trafficking and homicides. South Sudan's vice president Machar deposed by party. Could a full-scale war return to Afghanistan? U.S. vaccination rates increase alongside spread of Delta variant. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Dr. Drew, vaccine passports are modern-day segregation. Baylor professor urges criticisms of Fauci and other scientists prosecuted as hate crimes. Ron DeSantis defends Florida against Biden's criticism on coronavirus, I'm standing in your way. Report, Joe Biden plans to mandate foreign visitors to U.S. be vaccinated. American Horror Story, feds pay for full-term aborted baby parts. Lesbian family featured in grocery store ad flees Russia over death threats. Anthony Fauci suggests Delta variant cases may double, even if we vaccinated everyone today. Just like in 2018, Florida pollsters forecast DeSantis' doom. Jeb Bush, Trump's immigration policies would mean fewer Olympic medals for USA. Cuba continues home invasions against protesters 3 weeks after national marches. The next headlines are from UPI News. $50 lottery prize leads North Carolina man to $200,000 jackpot. Watch, Public Works employee captures alligator in Michigan pond. Overdue book returned to Pennsylvania Library after 50 years. Watch, orangutan zoo visitors drop sunglasses. Look, firefighters use crane to hoist cow trapped in milking platform. Estonian swims 18.6 miles with the monofin for Guinness World Record. Watch, iguana camps out in Florida family's toilet for several days. The next headlines are from Odd, Strange and Bizarre Things. It's August now, but July is the best month of the year. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Farmer becomes YouTube star at 84 years old with his softly spoken words of wisdom. Walmart announces plan to pay 100% of college tuition plus books for its workers. Puppy dog eyes are an evolutionary trait developed so dogs can better capture our hearts. Researchers find real-life SpongeBob SquarePants and Patrick Star. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Thursday, August 5th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Man arrested in mistaken identity case locked in Hawaii mental health hospital for 2 years. 5 parrots separated at UK zoo after encouraging each other to swear at guests. Visitors to U.S. Titanic Museum injured by replica iceberg. Fair lawn woman found stuck in rabbit cage. Police said the 86-year-old was stuck for an undisclosed amount of time, but that she got in the cage by accident, not foul play. Riders say sumo wrestler statue scared horses. Bear cub rescued from California wildfire escapes Tahoe Center. Capitol rioter who wanted to hang Nancy Pelosi says she cannot be prosecuted because God gave her dominion over the law. Tweet about $28.50 beer at LaGuardia sparks audit of New York airport concession prices. Utah home to the cheapest pepperoni pizza in the U.S. Man claiming to be Jesus stabs 3 in home near Pittsburgh. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. I tried vertical tabs in Microsoft Edge, and now I cannot go back to Chrome. Academics slam Facebook for shutting out research into political ads. MIT researchers use AI to predict the next big things in tech. Safeguard your delicate electronics with this savvy smart power strip with surge protection. This smart TV LED backlight saves your eyes from a home theater pitfall that's often overlooked. What China can teach us about selling Fs by the truckload. DHL wants to build the world's first electric air cargo network. What are dark patterns, and how do they affect you? Facebook reportedly wants to securely mine your encrypted data to target ads. Oppo's under-screen camera is better now, but only in a prototype phone. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Where does it hurt? Predicts chronic pain outcomes, study shows. Study identifies DNA signatures linked to heart disease. Common weight loss drug successfully targets fat that can endanger heart health. Long COVID uncommon in children, analysis finds. Triple contagion, how fears influence coronavirus transmission. Towards next-gen computers, mimicking brain functions with graphene diamond junctions. Study reveals what triggers lung damage during COVID-19. Promoting biodiversity-friendly landscapes, beyond organic farming. Crawling important step in development of risk perception. Visualizing stress in plastics. The next headlines are from Information Week. Canadian Olympians owe gold to data visualization. How to explain complex technology issues to business leaders. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Thursday, August 5th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA TV coverage set for next International Space Station cargo launch. Statements on swearing-in of Margaret Voshouse as NASA CFO. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Mormon land, garments, piercings and tattoos, oh my, the Mormon hippie sounds off on her faith and its culture. Salt Lake City police release bodycam footage of barricaded man who died in July. 3 former Bayou golfers will play in the Korn Ferry Tour's Utah Championship. Real Salt Lake's Damir Krelach named to MLS All-Star team. Salt Lake climber overcame scoliosis to reach the Olympics, but fell just short of the finals. Keep politics out of church meetings, updated handbook tells Latter-day Saints. Bagley cartoon, the writing on the wall. July was Salt Lake City's hottest on record. Jazz acquire Golden State's Eric Paschall for second-round pick. Utah tech companies set up a pact to boost their legislative influence. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. NIT crossword puzzle no longer works in third-party apps. Firefox lost almost 50 million users in 3 years. Google Plus class action starts paying out $2.15 for G+ privacy violations. Colleges across the U.S. and Canada are adopting virtual student IDs. Miami launches Miami Coin cryptocurrency. Senators propose exclusion of minors, software developers and infrastructure bills crypto broker definition. Password state customers complain of silence and secrecy after cyber attack. Facebook cuts off NYU researcher access, prompting rebuke from lawmakers. Retracted COVID paper lives on in new citations. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. St. Charles submits pitch for Charlottesville Sacagawea statue. Missouri woman bought $1 lottery ticket after flight was canceled. St. Louis Shakespeare Festival's Othello coming to a park near you. Can high school athletes profit off of their name, image, and likeness? COVID deaths on the rise in St. Louis area. Rural Missouri coroner admits excluding COVID from death certificates. Community in mourning after Metro East police officer struck, killed. Missouri's back-to-school sales tax holiday is this weekend, August 6th to 8th. The improvements Missouri could see from the infrastructure package. Missouri man arrests as George Washington accused of storming U.S. Capitol. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. DNA match ID suspect in cold case murder, sexual assault of 20-year-old Santee woman. More than 2 million San Diegans now fully vaccinated as cases surge. Police, man turns himself in after hit and run that hospitalized cop. More and more Brazilian migrants apprehended at the California border. Sailor charged in Bonhomme Richard ship fire was Navy SEAL dropout. Thousands of California farmers cut off from river water as drought worsens. Enough is enough. LA lawmakers want to require proof of COVID vaccination for indoor dining, bars, gyms. Crews make quick work of fire that forced evacuations in Valley Center. SeaWorld seeks hundreds of scare actors for new Howl Scream event. California spending billions to house homeless people in hotels. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Army National Guard fields new compact sniper system. Russia finally showed its new Zemlya mine system in action. Russian airborne troops receives new armored vehicles. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. TikTok brain drain as head of AI lab leaves ByteDance. The Nanchang Uprising and the birth of the claw. The colors of youth. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Thursday, August 5th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Techies dream, smart house for sale in Oakland. We need to do a better job, federal officials vow to step up firefighting resources in CA. Olsen hits 2-run, walk-off double, A's beat Padres 5-4-10. Live blog, evacuations ordered after fire breaks out at campgrounds near Colfax. Sonoma County to require proof of vaccination from emergency personnel. San Mateo sues management consulting company, alleges pushing opioid sales. At least 11 dead, others injured after van crashes in Texas. Suspect enters woman's son Carlos' home, sexually assaults her, sheriff. Study, San Jose children near Reed Hillview Airport exposed to high lead levels. Santa Rosa limits disposable food containers. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Mask optional schools in suburbs reverse course, say they'll obey governor's mandate. Des Plaines officer who accidentally shot teen won't be prosecuted. Dillard weighs third run for governor. Pritzker announces mask mandate for schools, vaccine rules for state workers. Joe Judge is old-fashioned when it comes to coaching Giants. Aurora teen killed in Chicago crash that family believes was attempted carjacking. June Doherty, former women's basketball coach, dies at 64. Popeyes coming to Lake Zurich in late autumn. Illinois COVID-19 cases triple, vaccinations down by half in 1 month. 1 teen dead, 3 others injured in Bartlett crash. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Seattle City Attorney election remains a tight race with Pete Holmes challenged on both sides. Heading to Canada soon, 6 things Washington travelers should know before visiting. Seattle 2021 primary election results for mayor, city attorney, more. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.8 m, depth 10.51 km, in China April 8, 2021, 2150 UTC, 7,820,000 people within 100 kilometers. Green alert for tropical cyclone NINE-E21, population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for tropical cyclone Hilda 21, population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for tropical cyclone Lupa 21. Population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour. Wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for tropical cyclone 1521. Population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour. Wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for tropical cyclone 1421. Population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour. Wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for tropical cyclone 1221. Population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour. Wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 5.02 km, in India April 8, 2021, 1757 UTC, about 600 people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania. Drought is ongoing in Austria, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia, Hungary, Italy, Montenegro, Romania, Serbia, Slovenia, Slovakia, San Marino. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Thursday, August 5th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Family of 22-year-old killed in wrong-way crash on I-45 say she had a lot of plans. 11 killed, 13 injured in crash near border involving van believed to be carrying migrants, DPS says. Houston Astros fans get not so warm welcome from Dodgers fans at stadium. Road Trip Nation looking to take young Texans on a life-changing career journey. Offspring drummer says band axed him from tour for not getting COVID vaccine. Dickinson City Councilman dies days after testing positive for COVID-19. Houston's post-pandemic economy slowly creeping back, new study says. Scattered downpours possible Thursday and Friday. Sheriff's office releases bodicam video of a woman's arrest as it faces excessive force questions. 7-year-old shot in the eye in southwest Houston, police say. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Young Idaho boy still missing despite exhaustive search. Arkansas district's virus quarantine grows as masks debated. Fire destroys cabin of New Hampshire man forced out of woods. The latest, Florida governor holds to anti-lockdown stance. Colts plan to showcase Taylor, McEnroe heavy attack. Biden's new evictions moratorium faces legality doubts. Browning taking charge of Vikings, with other QBs absent. Leading off, Bruce minus pitchers Axford, Lauer, Rendon out. US BMX rider field released from Tokyo hospital after crash. The latest, Texas new case rise faster than earlier surges. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. New York City's plan for deteriorating BQE is to make it last for 20 more years. NY Democratic Party chair wants Cuomo to resign but expects he won't go without a fight. Extra, new season Great British Bake Off will be on Netflix this fall. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Lawmakers taking steps to impeach Cuomo as former allies fall away. NJ's new anti-eviction law says landlords cannot kick tenants out for payment issues, but they can sue them. With details still pending, restaurant industry accepts city's new vaccine mandate to avoid another shutdown. Early edition, save us from ourselves, courageous cat. Manhattan seeks investigative materials on Governor Cuomo. Shave and a haircut, 2 shots, NY salons jump into vaccine outreach. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. China struggles with socio-environmental standards in Latin America. Heavy rains and flooding push Yemenis to the brink. Work still remains on Syria chemical weapons destruction, Security Council hears. WHO calls for moratorium on COVID-19 booster jabs. Ethiopia, heartbreaking devastation in Tigray, says UN humanitarian chief. Donor conference, a unique opportunity to renew commitment to Lebanon, UN deputy chief. Latest COVID-19 data confirms infections have risen globally for 4 consecutive weeks. Multilateral peace operations in 2020, developments and trends. Beirut's youth rebuild the Lebanese capital, brick by brick. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Did CDC say that COVID-19 vaccines are failing? Unvaccinated, hospitalized, patient now advocates for vaccine. Art baseball cards, Mickey Hatcher and the Giant Glove. 700,000 people expected at Sturgis bike rally, despite virus variant. Why designing an Olympic logo is so difficult. Belarus Olympic runner who feared going homeland in Poland. Library book returned after 50 years with $20 bill. Sumo scare, riders say horses might be spooked by statue. Trump absent from highlight reel at Disney World's reopened Hall of Presidents. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. The facts on Capitol Police's Tampa office. Sequencing used to identify Delta, other coronavirus variants. Senators claim infrastructure bill is paid for, experts disagree. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Van carrying 25 migrants near Texas border flips, kills 10. Texas GOP official mocked COVID 5 days before he died of virus. Chicago cops pulled gun on young sisters in warrantless raid on wrong home, lawsuit. Jezebel editor exits, the latest in string of GO media departures. Newt Gingrich goes full great replacement theory on Fox. Regretful anti-vaxxer rioters sentenced to home detention. Tunisia is on the brink of a civil war that could be disastrous for Europe. Meghan McCain calls CNN's Chris Cuomo the worst kind of nepotism. Belarus sprinter flies to life in exile as a recording of threats from Olympic coaches emerges. Simone Biles hints that she might not be done with the Olympics just yet. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Good Samaritan rescues man in wheelchair from NYC subway tracks. Mike D'Antoni joining Pelicans as coaching consultant. Jets powering offense with a full running back committee. The news only gets worse for Erica Jane on RHOBH. CBP outfits border agents with body cameras amid crisis. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Asteroids, what they are and where they come from. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. NYC to mandate vaccines for some indoor activities. Delta variant accounts for 93% of U.S. COVID cases. California town running low on water as drought worsens. Congresswoman Julia Letlow reflects on loss of husband Luke, urges vaccination. Dr. John vaccine mandates as Delta now accounts for about 94% of cases in the U.S. Jaw-dropping remastered NASA photos celebrate Apollo 15's 50th anniversary. Light spotted behind black hole for first time, proving Einstein right. Biden asks governors to help fight COVID surge or get out of the way. Emperor penguins may be listed as threatened due to climate change. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. At least 11 dead in van crash near U.S. Mexico border in Texas, another dozen people injured. Black realtor handcuffed by cops while showing house. Client and his teenage son cuffed too. French's offer up mustard-flavored buns in celebration of National Mustard Day on August 7th. COVID nurse is thrilled to be back on pro bowling circuit. Animatronic Joe Biden added to Disney's Hall of Presidents. Cuomo wanted to get drunk, ride motorcycle into the mountains with a woman, A.G. James report. New York A.G. James report reveals cracks in Cuomo's tight-knit inner circle. 2021 New York Auto Show cancelled over concerns of Delta variant. Manhattan advance among prosecutors seeking info on Cuomo's sexual harassment claims. Missouri coroner left COVID off death certificates when families asked. The following headlines are from military.com. SEAL dropout whose shipmate said hates the Navy is suspected in Bonhomme Richard fire. Police officer killed in attack outside Pentagon was an Iraq War veteran. Bill repealing Iraq War powers advances in Senate. New rules barring emotional support animals on Patriot Express flights send military families scrambling. Fort Benning memorializes soldier lynched 80 years earlier at the post as Army acknowledges an injustice. Dead suspect in Pentagon attack was a Marine Corps washout. Turkey says it won't shoulder new Afghan migration, slams U.S. Afghan free media was touted by the U.S. as a success story. Its journalists are now under threat. British Navy group, hijackers have left vessel off UAE coast. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Workers try to ban ospreys in Elk Grove Village. Masks required for indoor high school sports in Illinois. Pritzker mask mandate for Illinois schools unlikely to quell COVID-19 battles at suburban districts. 16-year-old Bartlett High School student dies, 3 others injured in single vehicle crash. Austin family sues city and CPD, accusing cops of mistakenly barging into home and pointing guns at 2 young girls, dead, grandfather. Corrections and clarifications. Less than 2 months after lifting most COVID-19 orders, Governor J.B. Pritzker issues mask mandate for schools and vaccine requirement for some state workers. Musicians say TikTok is a launching pad for their careers. Lollapalooza's lineup agrees. Watch Live, Governor Pritzker provides update on COVID-19 in Illinois. It's now recommended that pregnant individuals be vaccinated against COVID-19. What changed? Can COVID-19 push someone into diabetes? The following headlines are from Phys.org. Deadly wildfires reach Turkish power plant. A new, faster way to process Diblic polymer materials. My favorite Martian image, helicopter scouts ridge area for Perseverance. Researchers around the world are buzzing about a candidate superconductor. NASA's Oceans Melting Greenland mission leaves for its last field trip. Stars are exploding in dusty galaxies, we just cannot always see them. Air quality in Toronto's subways improves with new trains, reduced friction braking. Using graphene foam to filter toxins from drinking water. Barriers to voting in elections linked to increased odds of being uninsured. Researchers discover new strategy for developing human-integrated electronics. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Thursday, August 5th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Invisible ink, researchers use CRISPR to make see-through squid. Why do people love getting compliments? The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Jebbers Farms to invest more than $2 million in worker housing, health to settle state L&I case spurred by 2 COVID-19 deaths. Drummer Charlie Watts likely to miss Rolling Stones tour. King County to pay $1.5 million in 2016 shooting death of pregnant Muckleshoot mother Renee Davis. World's coronavirus infection total passes staggering figure, 200 million. AP source, Wizards agree to 3-year deal with Dinwiddie. What we saw at Wednesday's Seahawks training camp. ADP men's tennis rankings to return to pre-pandemic system. Amazon's fear of losing workers could prevent a vaccine mandate. Police, 11 arrests over racial abuse of England players. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. California vaccinations up as Delta COVID surges, but is it enough? 3 arrested in connection with Redwood City home invasion robbery. Man who killed Pentagon officer had trouble past, officials say. Washington hospital hires outside investigator after 2 electrical fires down internet, phones, medical records database. San Jose Sharks come to terms on new contract with Key RFA. Apple Arcade adding fan favorites Layton, Monster Hunter stories twofold. Livermore man was accused of secretly recording teens. Now authorities allege he molested girls dating back to 2002. Kurtenbach, Warriors free agency has been all risk, little reward. SF Giants activate La Stella, place starter on IL, cut a homegrown pitcher. U.S. plans to require foreign visitors be vaccinated. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Trump, Biden brands benefit from big wins in Ohio special elections. Texas migrant transport crash, 10 dead, 12 injured. Gavin Newsom early recall threatens to backfire as virus mandate surge. Former Uva tennis star Brandon Nakashima red hot to face Arlington's Dennis Kudla at City Open. U.S. to require COVID-19 vaccination for foreign travelers. Inside the Beltway, Biden shamed for vax shaming. Biden nominates Jim Clyburn's daughter, Jennifer Clyburn-Reed, to Federal Commission on Poverty. Nearly 24 state AGs cite January 6 attack as reason to pass federal election protection laws. Biden nominates Mark Brzezinski, brother of MSNBC's Nika, as ambassador to Poland. Pentagon specific commander feels sense of urgency to deter China. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Mass resignations at scientific journal over ethically fraught China genetics papers. Wall Street investors press corporate landlords on eviction plan. Austin police decline to investigate complaints in protest of reform attorneys. The problem isn't just Cuomo, it's the system that made him. EPA whistleblowers say managers bully them to approve dangerous chemicals. Leaked audio shows pressure to overrule scientists in hair on fire cases. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Thursday, August 5, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Farewell party, Pritzker latest Democrat to urge New York governor to step down. Gov, Cuomo should resign. Relax on the extra vax. Experts expect COVID-19 booster shots sooner rather than later, but not yet. What you need to know. Dillard weighing third run for governor to restore political balance to Illinois and make it safe and function well again. Woman shot inside apartment on far south side. At the very least, can the city clean up its vacant lots? Class cloud, Pritzker orders up school mask mandate, we all must take immediate and urgent action. Mike Richards reportedly in the lead for Jeopardy! Host job. A Chicago cop gets busted in the Capitol Hill riot, and an outspoken police union goes silent. White Sox catcher Sebi Zavala on 3-homer game, it still hasn't hit me. Employers step up pressure on unvaccinated workers to get COVID shots. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Olympics live, Industrial versus Dare for men's hockey bronze. Kate Taka, 29 ministers in Boma cabinet, 23 from BSY government. 2 SC officers, lawyers, Old No of SC judge on Pegasus list. In his module probe, NIA searches 5 sites in J&K, Karnataka. False impotency allegation ground for divorce, SC. Amid the din over Pegasus issue, RS clears 3 bills, LS2. Krishna water sharing, CJI recuses self from case. At 24, Kerala's COVID deaths per million per week highest in India. MHA for action against ex-CBI chief Alok Verma. Ayodhya Ram temple likely to open to devotees by 2023 and you are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Thursday, August 5, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. This week's best concerts. Bronze for Biles on balance beam. As school year nears, Fort Bend County raises COVID threat level. Ishida dance comes to the match. Particular brilliance, Keelan. Texans practice Tuesday without Deshaun Watson. The next headlines are about world records making news. Why the heck are Olympic track stars smashing so many world records? Morning Brew. Coach's eye, the late breath is key to Schoenmaker's 200 breast world record, swim. The fast track at the Tokyo Games helping runners smash their records. Live updates. The Tokyo Olympics, NPR. American track star Sydney McLaughlin breaks own world record at Tokyo Games, Yard Barker. Estonian swims 18.6 miles with the monofin for Guinness World Record, UPI News. World record attempt at chalk art being made in Caledonia, WZZM13.com. Spearfishing hunter takes world record halibut, field and stream. NJ Catholic High School alum breaks world record 2 in 400 hurdle gold, Catholic Review of Baltimore. Weightlifting Georgia Stalikas breaks world record to conquer men's super heavyweight class, Reuters. Raising the bar, Olympic athletes break world records at Tokyo Games, USA Today. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Earth's future is lonely for the robots left behind in sci-fi short The Desert. Photos, athletes break down under extreme heat at the Olympics. Peloton tread owners no longer need a subscription to just run. Disney's real-life Star Wars lightsaber expands in new video. TikTok, the only social media platform without stories, is getting stories. J.J. Abrams' Shining-inspired TV show is changing streamers. Master Face, researchers say they've found a wildly successful bypass for face recognition tech. California woman thought she had COVID-19, she actually had typhus from a rat. Magic, family drama, and a chaotic kingdom collide in Rory Power's adult fantasy debut. Russian official, experts to investigate possible consequences of flipping space station. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Jarrah in Kuwait at 122.9 degrees Fahrenheit or 50.5 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Nico in Antarctica at minus 97.78 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 72.1 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Indiana University wins in suit over its mask, vaccine mandates. Microsoft's Windows 11 outreach efforts aren't going very well. Netflix is still trying to find its female John Wick with trailer for Kate. CenturyLink selling copper network in 20 states instead of installing fiber. Low semiconductor supplies may not be the main reason for PS5 shortages. WHO calls for global moratorium on COVID boosters until end of September. The Porsche Taycan 4S, better than a 911, believe it. Today's best tech deals, Sony WH-1000XM4, Logitech MX Master 3, and more. Starliner delayed again, and its launch window may close soon. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Texas GOP official mocked vaccines for months, now he's dead from COVID-19. Meghan McCain lashes out at Mary Trump after criticism, leave me and my entire family alone. DeSantis' extremely deplorable handling of COVID crisis torched by angry Florida educator on CNN. An American Caesar, how the right wing is embracing dark ideas once considered unthinkable. Lincoln Project documents a week's worth of GOP failures in one brutal supercut. Trump appears to have committed several federal crimes, and they're deadly serious, CNN's Ellie Honig. Nixon was a choir boy compared to this, CNN's Axelrod astonished at latest Trump coup attempt revelations. Trump's coup came so close to working, do the American people even care? We found a draft he couldn't dodge, Trump's failed legal strategy on his taxes roasted by legal expert. This has the makings of a coup, CNN analyst slams Trump's efforts to strong-arm Department of Justice officials. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Andrew Cuomo is relying on an old, sexist lie about sexual assault survivors. As COVID breaks records in Arkansas, its GOP governor regrets ban on mask mandates. Meatpacking giant Tyson mandates vaccines for all workers. How unemployment insurance fraud exploded during the pandemic. An anti-tobacco hero's complicated legacy. The next items are today's top search results for Bigfoot. 10 extraordinary reports of CT Bigfoot encounters, i95rock.com. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. UFOs and the boundaries of science, Boston Review. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Ross-like GMGT posse induced bypass 4 promotes activity-dependent neuronal tolerance for ischemic stroke, pnas.org. Pi3KAKT signaling pathway is involved in Chehu-Shukin Sandy Dove Medical Press. Towards next-gen computers, mimicking brain functions with graphene diamond junctions, scientists mimic the brain's functions with junctions between vertically aligned graphene and diamond, Science Daily. Studying poverty through a child's eyes, Knowable magazine. Listening to singing helps stroke victims regain speech, study finds, Montreal Gazette. Aptenics, APTX, falls 1.95% in light trading on August 3. Equities.com. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Thursday, August 5, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Expert, Dr. Alan Hynek probe of UFOs UFO Chronicle 1974. Search for evidence of alien visitation, the Galileo Project. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Thursday, August 5, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.